Dogman in the matchup he was often dominated in just last time.
There was a lot of clutch plays coming through from Dogman, picking off the support line, but already Daco going to be knocked out of the mech. Nene able to find that. Pokeball down to about half HP, has to peel back around the corner to get top back up. Daco just going to be pistoling slowly, trying to make it back into that mech as quickly as he can. For now, though, NYXL will be able to snatch the first cap.
Yeah, and this is going to force Atlanta Reign to just have to step back and look for some more chip damage. Baby Bay gets, or excuse me, not Baby Bay. Daco gets the remake. That's huge, so they can start to step forward now.
Decent amount of damage coming through onto the members of NYXL. Meko going lower and lower. Going to be dropping into the pit, gets the health pack, comes back up top with the Jets. Nene on the flank, getting a nice back angle here on the Pokepo, trying to weaken him. Milano's going to be dead in the front line. Managed to take him down. The bubble not there from Nene to try to keep him in the fight. Meko going to get popped out as well, so the tank line completely gone on the side of NYXL now, and Amo going to be taken out.
And Jjonak with a very ill-timed Transcendence, uncharacteristically.
Extremely.
Yeah, making a mistake like that, that's going to be one of the huge ultimates they're not going to have for Baby Bay's grab on the defense for the Atlanta Reign here. And this starts to feel familiar, doesn't it? Mono gets picked first, Nene's on the side trying to make a big play, he's trying to make the flanking play, but he's not there where he needs to be, maximizing damage to give Mono the peel he needs to survive. They try to use the trance to get Nene's grab and turn that fight, but even if it had saved Nene, and even if they had gotten the grab off, Dogman's got his own Transcendence, so a lot of weird mistakes here, again, uncharacteristic for New York.
Baby Bay in behind, sees that the D-Matrix is going to be used, they slam that one down, bombs out from Daco as well. Nene already taken out, Mono going to be gone as well. The follow-up fight comes in, Atlanta Reign, they use 2 ultimates, they win out.
You know, right now, they basically can just sit on the ultimates that they have, control this choke point, and they know that Jjonak died early in that fight. They know that he's nowhere near a Transcendence. They know they're going to have, with both support ultimates, the advantage in a longer fight. They can counter Nene's grab. Barring a huge mistake here, Atlanta Reign in absolutely great position to win this next fight and get up to 99.
It's waiting for the next setup. Krister hiding around the corner. Maybe looking for a shield bash, trying to set the shatter. That's going to be the hit coming in. Meko going to be dropping Namo as well in the back, but he's not going to be taken down. It's going to be Airster falling under the pressure of the fire strike out from Mono. Now the bomb up into the air, looking for the picks. Meko will be able to find Dogman. Transcendence expired. He could not stay alive. Like you said, barring disaster. This is that disaster.
That's
NYXL,
the disaster.
they come back in, they gain control.
It was a set play. They were trying to use the shield bash to set up the shatter, as you pointed out, and it didn't go according to plan, and then they were out of position. They'd used the Transcendence. You know, they had both support ultimates. They used the Trance just a little bit too late, so they couldn't actually win that longer fight. So now, NYXL could absolutely stabilize here.
Baby Bay not able to build up too much for the grab in that last fight. Now going to have to try to make up for lost time. Nene getting ready to lap him at the moment. Shatter online from Mono, suffering a lot of pressure, goes over to the side, but the shields are up, the bubbles are in. That's not going to lead to much here from the side of NYXL. Jjonak going to be using the Transcendence to try to keep everybody alive. Pin comes in from Pokeball, the shatter down, goes straight into the shield, but Mono still going to crumble under the pressure, and Nene gets deleted. Atlanta Reign looking for the fast flip back as NYXL just start to push past them as far as the percentage is concerned. Just shy of 80% here as the flip comes back in. Atlanta at 71.
This feels like Atlanta are forcing NYXL into uncomfortable positions, catching Mono, forcing him to feel like he needs to shatter. They're down on ultimates right now, and if you look at the setup for the grabs here, Dogman's got the answer. Jjonak doesn't. He used the Trance in the last fight again to try to save his teammates, but it was too late. So, New York, really hard-pressed to make something happen here. It's going to have to probably be a pick, something like a pin coming through from Mono to get this back. Otherwise, Atlanta takes this round. They've got all the tools to do it.
Yeah, do or die time here for NYXL. 97% getting ready to roll into overtime. Now going to find it. Grab going to be coming in. They find Pokeball by himself. Transcendence is in from Dogman, trying to keep him alive. Bomb coming out from Daco. Not going to be able to get any kills outside of Meko's mech, but the craft comes in from Baby. They zone them off the point. And Atlanta Reign, they start things off with a round win here on Oasis.
They are having better focus on the tanks. They are keeping Mono pressured. He's low. He's at half health. And in a situation like that, you know, you have to back off or you have to go in. And Mono often has taken the decision to go in and saying, Jjonak's got Trance, I'm going to win this fight. But there's just been some mistimed support ultimates for him. They've not been able to save Mono, not been able to save Meko, getting him, you know, he's been demeched oftentimes. And Atlanta's just controlling how the tank game is played. And, you know, that grab there at the end is just like the cherry on top. It's a, you can't even touch. I'm winning this fight, but I'm not even going to give you the opportunity to turn it around. As we head into this next round here, New York is going to hope that they can get the flip first and maintain it this time.
Yep, everybody just going to be sticking to the 3-3. Mirrored comps on both sides. Daco up above here, trying to pressure out Mono. Daco taking a lot of damage, has to jet his way out. Gets in behind the shield. Mono isolated for a moment, but the rest of the team collapse in to keep him protected. That's going to be Daco knocked out. Meko going to be matching as he gets knocked out of the suit as well. Dogman trying to crawl things back in for the side of the Atlanta Reign. Baby Bay going lower and lower. Makes it back around behind the Rhine shield, but the first cap goes to NYXL yet again.
See, Jjonak was looking for the stagger kill there on the Baby Bay. Very aggressive positioning, but knowing that the fight was won. He doesn't get the kill, though, and Baby Bay now is on the high ground.
He's going to be picked out. Dogman, he finds another clutch one, and Jjonak's going to be taken down as well. Daco pushing forward, manages to finish off the Zenyatta. Now with no supports, that's just going to be the rest of the team taken down, and the flip coming in. Only 19%, 20% going to be grabbed for NYXL.
This is a really tough spot to be in right now for NYXL. They have the answer to the Graviton Surge, but getting through, any of these very small, narrow choke points is going to be a problem to set up, their grab. Nene is only at 60%. He's not going to be able to do much damage in this fight, so even if you counter the grab from Baby Bay, you're not really in a position to do much unless you could somehow get a kill or control this high ground.
Baby Bay up top, as you say, high ground there. Shatter comes in. That's going to be Meko knocked to the ground, so that's just going to be the grab in for free. Popo still, however, going to be taken out by the fire strike from Mono. So NYXL looking to turn things on its head and win out this fight. And with that second kill coming through, it seems like they should be able to do so. So another fast flip coming in favor of NYXL.
There's two schools of thought of how this map is played, and we talk about the high ground a lot, but when you're on the high ground like this and you use a grab like we saw Baby Bay use, there's not enough focus fire because everyone on the Reign, not everyone could be on the high ground, so everyone's in different places, so they couldn't actually get the focus fire in. New York Excelsior is all together, the Trance gets maximum value, and even though it looked like it was an ideal situation where they could get Meko there, de-mech him, there wasn't enough damage close enough to where that grab hit.
Well, grab right on the stairs. Dogman going to be using the Transcendence, but Popo taking for a ride. Mono pushes him way out into the back, and Jjonak finishes him off. Masa trying to escape. Seems like he might just be able to do so. Meko chasing forward, cannot get that kill. But in NYXL, they hold him off.
And to Atlanta Reign's credit, I feel like these disengages have been really good. The New York Excelsior are trying to get stagger kills, they're trying to chase down, but everyone's getting out alive, minus the initial pick on the Popo. That means Baby could build more grab.
Shatter coming in, bomb going to be blocked by Popo. Now pushing back forward with the shield barrier up. That's going to be Atlanta Reign finding a pick as Anamo gets taken down. Meko nearly knocked out of the suit as well. Mono just getting beamed down. 100 energy here for Baby Bay. About just about anybody's grab now. Going to be coming in. The trance has already been used. The healing's going to expire. Meko taking out now Jjonak and the rest of the squad. Going to fall under the pressure. The flip going to come back in for Atlanta Reign.
This is the difference, right? Remember last time they were on the high ground with the grab, but not everyone was able to focus down targets because they were all split in 3 different locations around the point. This time they were all together. This time the grab gets more value despite the Transcendence there. The D-Mac on the Meko was also huge. They immediately focused him down. So, really nice plays by Atlanta Reign here in terms of targeting the tanks, and that is what they were doing so well, and that's what they did so well last time they faced NYXL.
Still a long way to go for Reign if they want to close this out with a 2-0. 65% at the moment. NYXL looking for the flip. Currently sitting at 82. Bomb out, not going to find anything. Daco makes it back into the mech safely. Grab going to be online for Nene. Looking for an opportunity. Oh, the right click lobbed in. Just picks off Dogman. He's out of the fight now. That Transcendence not going to be there should the grab be used, but it looks like Nene feeling comfortable enough to save it for the next fight as they wait for Atlanta to re-aggress onto the point. The flip comes in. We are all tied up.
This is a crazy situation right now for both teams because this is anyone's fight to take. New York is going to have the positional advantage, and they are going to all stay together. They're not using the high ground like we saw Baby Bay do previously. The big advantage here is going to be this positioning. Dogman's looking for the flank.
Yep, trying to find one of those clutch pickoffs. OT comes in for NYXL. Mono still just sitting, shield raised up into the front. Transcendence ready to go. Grab going to be coming out. Baby Bay trying to lock them up. Jjonak with the Transcendence helps keep them alive, and Popo going to be taken down. The Trance, the beat, it's all too late from the Atlanta Reign to try to save the front line. Bomb up over the top. Meko not going to be able to find anything, but Ursa going to be taken down. Mono still swinging away. Baby Bay nowhere to go. North Daco. They will just get finished off. The OT bar will plummet, and we got one more round of Oasis to determine who's walking away with a map 1 victory.
The big reason why I think the Atlanta Reign had so much success last time they faced off against Mono, and why they have for so much of these 2 rounds, is that New York pushes the boundary of what's possible with the main tanks, with the support they have, and they're able to put Mono into incredibly risky and dangerous positions. A lot of teams, in the face of that, panic, disengage, walk away because it feels like Mono's invincible. How can we deal with this? We might as well not try. We're not going to waste our cooldowns. We're going to disengage. Atlanta Reign turns that on its head, and when Mono steps forward with all the support in the bubble, they kill him. Everyone is shooting at him. Everyone is focusing him down. Moss is doing his best to, position him into such a way where, he can't retreat. And I do appreciate how much prep has gone into this for the Atlanta Reign. They're doing basically what they did last time, but it feels even better. It feels even more prepared. So say Jjonak was considering the start with the Moira. But
just wanted to see what Atlanta is going to be running. So we'll go ahead and swap back over onto the Zenyatta. Dogman going to be on the Ana.
Yep, stylistic difference here. Ana a little bit more burst healing for the main tank. And again, that's the idea here, is we're going to kill Mono in these fights. And Pokpo is going to be invincible with all that single target healing coming out from Ana's left clicks.
Already Masa getting tagged up. Dogman here onto the high ground, trying to keep that Lucio in the fight. Spamming out. Bubble comes down and trying to block some of that healing onto these members of Reign, but they leap out. They keep themselves safe. Jump onto the high ground. Dogman going lower and lower. Bionade in, connects with Nene, but has to keep Pokpo alive. So drops back down. Cap comes in for NYXL again. Able to gain control first in all three of these rounds.
Unfortunately, there wasn't much line of sight for Ana for Pokpo in most of those fights. So it's really hard to get value.
Oh, that's going to be Mono taken down. Meko with a sliver of HP as well, just trying to stay alive. Pokpo pushes up around the corner with a nano boost from Dogman. They will be able to find the kills, and again, it's going to be another fast flip coming through for the Atlanta Reign as soon as they get back over to the point and clean this up.
You could see in that last fight, the first one that New York won, where they got the point, that he wasn't able to do as much to keep Pokpo in the front line and allow him to bully NYXL and win that tank war. But you see what changes when the nano boost gets involved. They're able to win the fight with that ultimate alone. They're still, saving the rest of their ults here. So normally in a situation like this, New York would be massively ahead coming for the retake, but actually they're not really, There isn't a Transcendence, so that's a scary thing. But positionally, look at where Atlanta Reign are staying. You can't really grab this.
No Transcendence for them, but they kind of have the counter to NYXL's with that Bionade as long as they get landed on the back of the grab. Speaking of which, Baby going to go ahead, throw that one out. Bionade comes in, not really going to be denying much. Jjonak able to keep everybody alive. The bomb pop from Daco is not going to be able to find any kills. Now sound barrier goes through from Anamo, looking to extend the fight. Masa going to be holding on to his for now. Drops the beat instantly on the back of the grab. Flip comes back through for NYXL as they zone Atlanta Reign off the point. But Libero going to be taken down. Baby able to find the kill. Airster about half HP. Dogman under some pressure. Gets a Zarya bubble. Seems like he's going to be able to stay safe. But Atlanta still needs to try to get the flip here on the point. Bionade coming through. Mono gets stunned up. Airster finds the kill. That could be enough. Nano boost coming in now as Pokpo plays forward. Looking for that next Primal Rage. Transcendence going to be forced out from Jjonak. He's got two members dead. The front line is completely gone.
This is not when you want to trance. You might be swapping to Ana himself here after this fight, but I got to say, these have been ill-timed. The Winston play has been phenomenal from Pokpo. He's got these nano boosts that are really the game changers right now. They weren't able to capitalize off Nene's grab despite no Transcendence on the side of the Atlanta Reign. The grab wasn't very good anyways because the way that Atlanta Reign were positioned around it, so he had to force it. Look at this Bio Grenade, 5 are hit. And Atlanta Reign surpassed them in terms of control meter. They're going to have their own grab, and Baby Bay, he's going to launch it as soon as he can here. Knows there's no trance.
Yeah, goes ahead. Finds the hit. Mono going to be taken down off screen as he leapt into the back, so they finish him off. Now just playing up into the front, looking for the kill here on the Limero. They take him low, can't quite finish him off though. Rally going to be rolling for Airster. Primal Rage is on the Pokpo, and he is trying to get Jjonak in that corner. Gets stunned up for the moment, but he's still causing so much chaos. The NYXL don't know which way to look.
Yeah, this is not gonna be a fight NYXL can win. Oh, another trance!
They forced it out. That's going to be a grab coming through. Hildenight comes in, but they haven't been able to capitalize on any kills. Dogman will finally get taken down. Then he's taking a nap. Jjonak, however, will still be eliminated as Daco pushes forward, finds the kill. We're at 90% of the moment here for the Atlanta Reign. Pokpo dangerously low, the Primal out. It seems like NYXL should be able to turn this around, but they have limited ultimates to try to maintain control.
Yeah, we are going to see Mono, Sindaco. He got rid of him, all right?
Don't play in traffic.
So, but the thing is, as you say, they used so many ultimates, and they could have just come back in for a cleaner push where they could have used less ultimates so they could then not only take, but then hold the point. They didn't have a lot of time. They made the call. They got the flip. But Baby Bay's going to get a grab faster than Nene. And the question is, will Jjonak be ready then? With the trance he used as previously? I don't think so. Look at how much they're able to just bully NYXL. They know they can't take this fight, but they have to stick on the point.
Bionade in. Connect onto Meko. Everybody else just going to be topped up. The flip nearly coming through. YXL have to stay on. They have to recontest to stay themselves. Get ready to hit 90%. Sleep Dart goes through. That's going to be Nene. The heal deny. Going to be taken away. Nano thrown in. Beats out from an ammo. Trying to keep everybody alive. Bomb up into the top. Meko not going to be able to find any kills. And he gets taken down. Baby Bay denies the remake. Primal Rage gets popped. Jjonak zoned off the point. Kept in a corner. But he's building up rapidly for the Transcendence. Now has it online. Instantly pops it here. Knows that there's no grab from Baby Bay, so feels free to use it. Bomb is in from Dako, up over the top, looking for a kill, unable to find one, but Mono gonna be taken down. Baby Bay finding that kill. Grab comes in from Nene, but we can't quite see where it landed. Seems like no one's caught up in it. Kills on either side, but it's 3 for 2 in favor of the Rain at the moment, as Masa just tries to zone them back and keep everybody off the point, and that's gonna happen. Oh no, just for a second there, they barely managed to tag back in. The OT bar starting to plummet rapidly. They'll clean up the kills. They keep tagging back in, but everybody is dying one after the other. Anamo going to be eliminated. Mono coming back in. Has the Primal Rage. Pops that one. Nene coming back in
chance
with the Doomfist. The Wrecking Ball here as well from Libero. But as I said, one after the other. They just cannot stand up to Atlanta Reign. They are entrenched on the point, and they are looking to start things off with a victory here on Oasis. The final kills come in, and they have it.
Maybe the Atlanta Reign are New York Excelsior's kryptonite. Dominating the tank lines, forcing out awkward trances from Jjonak. They win, once again, an unlikely map of control. Let's see how far they can push this, how far they can keep this momentum.
That's got to be a major backing momentum coming through now. 1-0 to start for Atlanta. Can they do it again? We'll find out when we come back.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to start off the series. Atlanta Reign currently up 1-0 after taking Oasis 2-1. NYXL, you kind of posed a question. Is this their kryptonite? Atlanta Reign, can they just be the team to take them down twice in a row?
I feel like it's too early to draw conclusions yet in this series just off of the first map of Control. But at the same time, there are concerns for the tank line. There are concerns for Mono. There's concerns for Meko. And Jjonak, MVP of the 2018 season, is pressing Qs sometimes that don't make sense, right? I mean, he doesn't have his name on his jersey today, but is it the real Jjonak? It doesn't feel like it. We're going to take a look at the Zen v Zen stats on Oasis here. This is per 10, by the way, because we know Dogman played a lot more Ana. But you can see that in terms of hero damage, Jjonak still wins out. He wins out in terms of healing as well. But in terms of final blows and involving real, meaningful damage in fights, look at the assists here from Dogman, how much more he was involved in the fights than Jjonak, who was flanking sometimes, trying to chase down and get stagger kills. You can see Dogman's damage, albeit it's smaller here, is actually more meaningful. And Dogman ends up, once again, kind of getting Jjonak's number. Not this time by killing him, you know, with headshots at range, but actually by just having more impact on the team. And we saw that as well when he ran the Ana there in the end.
It's been a really good game so far for Dogman. We were talking about it at the top of the day, whether or not he is going to be able to help lead this team to victory alongside Baby Bay. We do have a substitution coming through, so FRD going to be joining us on stage, as Daco will be subbed out. We saw a similar situation the last time they played against NYXL, so it seems like this is still just a game plan for them to have this swap come through for Assault.
Yeah. Hanamura is the map, so there's certainly opportunities to run D.Va-less compositions. You could run Sombra, but you could also run something like a bunker composition as well. So when we saw Anubis, we saw the Junkrat Orisa defense. You know, not a lot of teams are running. It's becoming more popular now, but they were one of the first ones to do it. So Hanamura becomes a little bit more two-dimensional. It's either are you running some sort of bunker composition on defense, or are you just running the 3-3. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room in terms of other compositions, unless you're, you know, running a Doomfist or something like that. Shoutouts to Eileen on that, but generally speaking, you know, it's a pretty figured out map in this meta, so I don't think you're going to trip anybody up. This may just be FRD on the D.Va, and they might just mirror, because that's what they've been beating NYXL with. As I say it though, we see the Bastion.
Flashing a couple things here at the moment. Let's see if they want to stick through with that. They are going to be on the attack, so
yeah,
just messing around a little bit. NYXL getting ready for the defense. No surprises from them. Will be that 3-3.
Certainly will be. So the issue has been, you know, New York is playing their style where they feel like Mono can, as I said before, kind of push the boundaries of what's possible as a main tank. It's not like he has more hit points than anybody else. Everyone's still playing the same Reinhardt, but they support him so well that he does tons of damage. A lot of people waste resources to try to kill him, and then NYXL wins the ensuing fight. But Atlanta Reign are getting that last 5% of the damage. They are killing him. They are focusing him. He is dying first in all of these team fights. Let's see if they can make it happen again.
Well, pushing forward, Reign scouting out a bit. Seems like some swaps going to be called. See which way they want to go. FRD going to be swapping over to the Sombra. Ursa over onto the Pharah.
So this is what, you know, we were talking about earlier. It's certainly a possibility that he might be running the Sombra here, since that's the flex tank position now. And there's not a lot of ways to shut down the Pharah here for NYXL. Attacker's advantage in terms of compositions.
Yep. Pokpo just going to be rolling forward. Peeks around the corner, says, oh, no one's here. I guess I'll just start ticking this point up. Welcomes the free space that he's been given. Mister just poking low, trying to find a couple good rockets to get in there. So far hasn't built up too much towards that barrage. And a wrapping around the back, a very hopeful right click coming in, trying to hit him in the sky.
This is when the pressure comes in, though, that they're on the point. NYXL have to engage.
Yep, they have to move their way forward. Stun on Pokpo. He's going to be fine for now. Mono into the corner, taking a couple shots. Baby Bay trying to break that shield, but Pokpo going to be eliminated, so it does slow up the Atlanta Reign, at least for now. Good headshots coming in. Baby Bay still playing forward. Gets another dink, and that lines up. The alley-oop as the rocket comes in. Dragon Strike going to be thrown through into the back of the point. Mono trying to stay alive, takes so much damage in that corner. Will be able to survive for a little bit longer here, but one tick already going to be snagged for the Atlanta Reign. Barrage now online for Airstreaks, looking for a position to try to use that ultimate. Nene,
look at the Sonic Arrow, too, giving him
foregoing the Zarya. He's going to swap off. As you say, spotted him out. That's going to be the barrage coming through. Jjonak and Livero both disappear. Anamo, the direct hit comes in. Erster scoops a triple kill.
Insane synergy here. Not only did he set this up by using the Dragon Strike, which forced NYXL off of the point, he then uses a Sonic Arrow so that in this moment, Airster could see exactly the angle. When we were watching his first-person view right before he dropped the barrage, you could see he was tracking Meko in particular, knowing that that is going to be his biggest enemy, that's his biggest roadblock, is the defensive matrix absorbing his rockets. And he was able to set this up and see where Meko was because of the Sonic Arrow. So this all works out. We see a composition swap here, but they still have the EMP, so this could be a double cap.
Well, crucially, Nene, he had swapped over onto the Sombra. Now he's back on the Zarya,
yeah,
so they
lost
reset.
Yeah.
So now he and Baby Bay going to be dead even as far as that Graviton Surge is concerned.
Absolutely. It's tough to win a fight without any follow-up ultimates here with the EMP, but if he can hit either of the supports, I think this certainly is possible for FRD.
See, and both of them would be absolutely clutch.
See where Jjonak is hiding here, so he will not be clipped by the EMP, so he can use his Transcendence to counter it. He knows this is coming.
Yep, way into the back. EMP going to be coming through, and Almo going to get caught, but Jjonak is there with the Transcendence, as you were alluding to. Keeps everybody alive for now. Very non-committal from Atlanta Reign, though. They play this one out slowly. Mecco going to be forced to use that self-destruct. He's trying to inch it off the top, but he's not able to do so. Will be able to get back in safely, however. Dogman under some pressure. Going to be popping the Transcendence. Shatter coming in. Pokepo and Ursa going to be knocked to the ground. They're kept alive by the Zenyatta for now. Pin coming in, Dogman Ursa not going to survive, but Libero going to be traded out. Both Briggs go down, but now Pokepo's been eliminated. Baby Bay, under so much pressure, will die.
So they took a gamble here, Atlanta Reign did, with that Transcendence. This is not a Transcendence they used because they thought they were going to win the fight or take the point. They wanted to get Baby Bay a grab, knowing that Jjonak could just use his trance for the EMP. So in Atlanta Reign's mind, Dogman's like, I'm trancing, you're going to get a grab. Then on the next fight, they're not going to have trance, we can win this fight. But what happens in reality is Jjonak does such an insane amount of damage in that longer fight that he will have another Transcendence anyways. So that was the idea there, was get a grab, perhaps pressure Jjonak so he can't get the Transcendence, and then have this follow-up grab advantage. In fact, they might not even realize that Jjonak did that much damage in the fight. They might still think he's not going to have a trance. He won't for 7% more here. There is a tiny window, but I think that was the game plan there for the Atlanta Reign.
I mean, not only that, but Mono building up another Shatter, going to have that one online just about now. Grab going to be coming through. Sound barrier to start. Jjonak just playing on the outside. Knows that he can chain in with that Transcendence. Does exactly that as Pokepo hits the ground. Atlanta Reign going to be held off here. And now as they get ready to come back in, it's going to be a grab for Nene.
It almost feels like mind games from Jjonak as well, how long he held that. Almost as if he wanted them to believe the illusion that he didn't have trance for that push, but he did. Wasn't even necessary to use it there in the end, but now Nene's got a grab, and the ultimate economy, scale swings in New York's favor. For the first time in a little while here after the swaps you were talking about, Nene coming through, the EMP attack. So now it gets a little bit tough for the Atlanta Reign, because this is a snowball effect. When you're the attacking team, when your opponent has ult advantage on Hanamura, it gets harder and harder and harder to win fights as each push comes through.
It's going to be offensive ults for NYXL versus support ultimates for the Atlanta Reign. Very far away from all of that stuff. That's going to be the grab coming in onto the wall. Masa gets pinned instantly, and that fight just going to get shut down. You can see Jjonak surging forward.
Yeah.
Nearly with that next Transcendence online.
FRD is trying to approach the high ground. He's bashed by Libero, so he drops back down. So that essentially makes it a fight that not only New York keeps their positional advantage, but also it's a 6v5 because FRD can't be involved. It's a really cool bash there from Libero. The Atlanta Reign, these are what we like to call eco pushes, because you're trying to build ultimates, and trying to out ult economy your opponent. Force them to use ultimates while you build yours to take the point eventually, but New York is just being so passive and so safe. It's tough.
Rally's going to be out from both sides. Pokepo just disappearing in the stairwell. Completely ganged up on. He gets destroyed. FRD loses the mech. I mean, he's just going to have to take a jump off the side, we would expect here. Try to get that reset. 2 minutes remaining for the Atlanta Reign. It's been a good time by so far for the NYXL as they look to get this hold on B.
And that's what Assault looks like, right, in this meta. It's either you get the double cap, or if you fail on your second attack and you commit a lot of resources, remember the gamble they took with Dogman's Trance, then you're always behind an ult. So you have to win B when you miss that double cap and you mess up your first fight. It's basically a miraculous attack, right? And it happens eventually, usually when you have a big enough time bank, but right now it's just seeming so unlikely that they'll ever be able to catch New York off guard with the positional advantage they have. I mean, they tried to use FRD to take the high ground away. He got bashed. I mean, what more options do you really have here as Atlanta? They've got the grab now.
Do have that one, but Dogman going to be taken down just before he can get that Transcendence online. Jjonak looking alive. Maybe was studying those stats during the break and says, I can do better, as he has leveled up. Yeah. On Hanamura so far, Baby Bay taken down 1 minute and 13. Realistically, 2 more attempts perhaps for the Atlanta Reign.
Yeah, it's basically 2 attempts. 1 real attempt, right? You're not going to get two ult pushes. You're only going to have 1. Your first attack is going to be, let's try to set up those advantages and then look for the ults. And the second one, you just have to use them. So with New York having all the answers, it's going to be basically a 12 ult fight, minus Urster's rally, which could come online in the fight. It's going to be about who gets that first kill. And New York has a positional advantage. Look at Mecco. He scouts them out. Libero's there, ready for a bash if FRD wants to come up. So how do you break this? We're going to find out.
They push their way through FRD. He takes away Nene's grab. That's going to be absolutely huge. Now the Shatter coming in. Pokepo drops onto the low ground. Bomb up over the top. Gets a double. Another and Mono. Both disappear. Libero with the rally rolling down on the ground, trying to buy some time here. But he will get pushed off. Mecco as well, trying to survive. Instantly bashed and knocked out. 20 seconds remaining. Atlanta Reign start ticking up. They get the first one. Can they go the distance? Mono swapped over onto the May. Nene here with the Wrecking Ball. Sleep instantly comes through though. as they try to keep him off the point. Jjonak going to be taken down. Mono taking a lot of damage as well. Tries to get his way into the corner, but Dogman takes him out. Nene is there. Adaptive shield comes through, but it doesn't last that long. And now Meko's all by himself. Popped out again. We're into overtime, so NYXL has at least forced that out.
Great
Beat
match.
comes through. They see a couple more seconds. The recall coming in. Still on to the point now. Down out the side. Jjonak trying to survive, but they can't play the point. They cannot deny the cap.
FRD with two major plays, eats the grab of Nene, sets up the positional advance there, gets the shatter in, and then is able to follow up with a perfectly placed self-destruct. That's how you break NYXL's defense. He's shattered it. What a huge play.
Well, they get the double cap, but it's in overtime. Let's see how NYXL fares on their attack when we come back for their half.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League. Swap sides! Hey, swap sides! You're not on our side, buddy! Swap over!
Oh no.
All the Atlanta fans over on this side, boys!
Oh no, dude, my ears.
Just Dogman things, it seems. We're just getting the crowd rallied up. Trying to get people shifted over.
I think it's you can be both an Atlanta Reign fan and a Jjonak fan. I think that's okay. I think you could like both. I mean, an incredible Zenyatta player and an awesome team in Atlanta. I mean,
you probably don't like what he's doing to Atlanta, at least there at the end. He was popping pretty hard. But they get the cap in the end, but now they have to get entrenched for this defense to try and take this series, advance further along. Of course, though, guys, coming up very shortly, as we're already in the last week, All-Stars going to be hitting here in the Blizzard Arena just after the Stage 2 playoffs, so make sure to get your tickets. You can tune in live here in the studio.
let's see now what Atlanta Reign are going to bring to the table in terms of this defense. We know what composition they're running because they set up. IFRD's staying on the Diva. You know, he looked like he was subbed in to play a little bit more Sombra, but as we know, with his massive plays there to get the V, he's an incredible Diva player as well. We're going to see the scout from NYXL because this is the big question, right, on Hanamura. Will they play standard? Will they play bunker? Nobody knows, but that's why they have to check. Buys a little bit of time here for the Atlanta Reign. And now it's just going to be that tank matchup again that on the attack, New York has really been struggling with versus Pokpo and everybody else. Like, Mono has been picked so many times.
Bash coming through. Mono, shield raise, keeping the supports protected as they work their way upstairs. Just playing this one slowly. Dogman waiting for the poke out. Gets a couple of hits in, but overall not going to be building too much. Jjonak having a very slight lead at the moment towards that Transcendence.
Trying to knock them off the top there, but he wasn't able to do it. So that's a huge boon for NYXL. They can actually get into position to collapse down now.
Yep, the drop does come through. Pushing their way forward. Pokpo up into the front, swinging away. Now he's going to be back into a corner. They have to try to keep him alive, but it's not going to happen. But Analo still going to be taken down. So a fighting chance for Atlanta Reign despite their main tank going down. Need a lot more picks, though. Masa getting targeted by Jjonak. Can't quite finish him off. The overback comes in time from Airstone, trying to keep him alive. Meko's going to be popped out, but Masa going to be taken down. Jjonak finally finds his target. They finish off the Baby Diva, but right now they're zoned off the point. NYXL starting to get the caps coming through. If they get rid of Libero, it's going to be an exchange on the Brigitas.
Jjonak's holding Trance here, so they have a huge advantage. Ooh, look at the flank attempt.
Baby using his. Poke comes back in. Trance is out. Everybody going to be staying alive on the side of NYXL so far. Up onto the ceiling, though, and Anamo going to be taken down. The bomb comes in from FRD. It zones them back, and now Atlanta Reign have the inside track on the point. NYXL have to try to work their way back in again. Nene with a sliver of HP trying to survive. Jjonak's going to be taken down. Nene does manage to find the best of his opponent, Zarya. But still, the fight goes away to the Atlanta Reign. They don't even give up a tick.
And this was so scary, too, because if they committed all those ults and New York walks in with a grab, they don't have Trance. You know, if they lost that fight just barely, would have been a disaster. Airster's going to go swap off this Tracer, you have to imagine, but it was exactly the right pick. I actually know he's going to stick with it.
He's got to stay.
It was exactly the right move, though, to swap to Tracer, get back on the point, do that extra damage, as New York didn't have their Lucio player for a lot of that fight.
If they lose a point, would expect him to swap off, but for now has to stay in with the squad. Just not enough time to try to rejoin Nene. Looking for an opportunity, just keeps getting tagged up repeatedly as he pokes his head out. We saw FRD take one of his grabs away. This time it's going to find the connection. Shadow comes down, finds Libero up into the front, but they're unable to get the kill. Sound barrier now coming through as well. Pogo gets a block on the shield. Denying away that self-destruct. Shadow coming in. Lob pulse bomb coming through. Gets a little bit of damage in, but Mono raised the shield in time to keep himself safe overall. Airster tagged up, dangerously low. No recall to speak up. Jjonak nearly falls, but the armor pack from Libero is perfectly timed. They keep him in the fight, but they're buying so much time off the clock right now. Are the Atlanta Reign. They need as much as they can get. But that will be the point going to NYXL now with a minute remaining.
Yeah, really two great armor packs from Libero. First on the Mono there, then onto Jjonak at the end. It means that they could close this out with a 5-minute time bank. But the real the real win here for the Atlanta Reign is that they were able to lose the point without an ult disadvantage. Remember, we're talking about the double caps and how terrifying that could be and how that's really your big win condition, because if you don't win with the first real push you commit ults in, you're always going to be behind, generally speaking, as the attacker. So now the Atlanta Reign have an opportunity to hold here for 5 minutes. It's a long time, but as we just saw from NYXL, even if it's a big time bank, if you keep that ult advantage, it gets really easy.
Beat going to be coming through from Masa. The grab going to be good. Jjonak sunned up. Transcendence unable to be used. Knew that the fight was too far gone, so it does hold on to that at least.
Let's talk about what was used here and what was lost. It was Masa's grab. Now this is going to make the 5 minutes feel a little bit shorter. But it was Masa's beat. We had Baby Bay's grab, as this just continues. Pokpo used Shatter as well, wasn't too impactful. But still, NYXL are not in a position where they can take a fight here with an ult advantage. You know, they have an ult advantage, but it's not one that's going to lead to a cap on B, because Nene doesn't have his grab. And even if he did, Dogman has the Transcendence, so this is a fight where they really need to be efficient. They need to force ults out of Reign. They need to force Dogman to use his Trance in this fight somehow, some way. Otherwise, the same situation that just happened to the Reign is going to happen to New York, and they're going to lose a ton of time. Maybe they won't cap B. This fight is really huge. It needs to be effective.
Pushing their way up over the top. Transcendence going to be out. FRD's got the bomb rolling. The shield's up for Mono.
They force Dogman's Trance.
Takes Airster out with a pin. Very nicely done. NYXL start things with a kill coming through. Now playing right up in front of the spawn rooms.
Grab's going to be huge.
The Reign going to have to try to make their way over onto the point. There's 3:20 remaining on the clock for NYXL. They have to stabilize. If they want to try to win this one out, they have no time in their bank.
Baby Bay.
But as they push back forward, they keep getting picked off. Grab comes in from Baby Bay, but there's no one to try to follow up on the kills. Jjonak going to be taken down. Meko
Dogman
will get punished.
Dogman with a huge plays.
Down Atlanta Reign. Can they actually
They're going to stabilize,
here?
I think.
They're
no
looking
way.
for it. Dogman up behind them on the high ground, trying to regen, get that shielding coming through. And with Mono taken out, I think you're right, Wolf. They will be able to stabilize.
This is crazy. Dogman comes up behind, does massive damage, and survives through everything, including the grab. Baby Bay gets on the point, gets high energy. Dogman playing out of his mind right now. That was almost map losing for the Atlanta Reign, but he comes and saves them. And now, you know, that was the fight I was talking about where you commit your ultimates the first time. If you lose that one, you're always going to be behind. And that's where we're at right now. In terms of grabs, Baby is only slightly ahead, so that's one thing that New York, you know, could feel comfortable with. They don't fully know that. But otherwise here, I mean, Dogman's got another Trance. How are you going to get that advantage this time? How are you going to force a Trance without your own?
Drop down straight up the center now. Mono playing into the front. Shatter ready to go. Pokpo drops the hammer.
It's a big Shatter.
The turnaround is absolutely massive. Beat comes through. Jjonak's picked off. This is still going to be a one fight for the Atlanta Reign. The damage coming up from Baby Bay is just too much.
Pokpo absolutely nailing it there. And New York Excelsior don't get the grab they were looking for, only 72%.
Also, credit to Massa for not being in a position to get shattered himself.
Yes.
Had the beat, saved their lives, and they keep their hopes alive here. A minute 45 remaining on the clock. You have to remember, if Atlanta Reign win right here, London Spitfire are the Atlantic champions.
That is true.
NYXL lose out on it.
Yep, that is true. It will take it away from them. So there's more on the line here than just this win, than just revenge. But for the Atlanta Reign, they have a grab, they have a trance. Nene needs his grab, but it's going to take time to build. It looks like if they're going to get this, it's going to be an overtime. Barring a huge mistake or a miracle pick. I mean, the Atlanta Reign just sitting pretty. They know this is basically already won for them.
Drop down through, and Amo already taking a lot of damage. Baby Bay over onto the side.
Grab from
He
behind.
lobs it in from downtown, but can they get the kills? Transcendence is out. They still have the beat ready to go, but the bomb from FRD manages to find Libero. Poco going to be taken out. Now the barrier coming through. Grab is in as well. The pin comes out. Massa going to be eliminated. NYXL with a fighting chance as they dip under a minute remaining in the clock.
Yeah,
Here's
they're
their
gonna have
finished
to
off.
delay.
Libero swapping over to the Sombra to try to rejoin as quickly as he possibly can. The second tick now going to be coming through. 50 seconds still left on the clock. They start recontesting.
We need the Doomfist. Here it comes.
Massa taken down again. The shadow from Poco going to go wide. Doesn't manage to find anybody. Solo setter in onto Baby Bay, and Jjonak picks him off. He's got both the kills and the kill feed at the moment. Now the bomb pop comes in. FRD going to be knocked out, and that will be the cap. NYXL, they get it with time in the bank.
Very close call, though. Great team fights on both sides. You know, most people expected this series to be NYXL grudge match, revenge match, an absolute stomp. But that is not what we are watching here.
Under a minute. So it's going to be a minute to a minute 35. Let's see who can take it in overtime when we come back. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, a minute for the Atlanta Reign on their attack. A minute and 35 seconds for NYXL. They get that cap. It doesn't net them that much of an advantage in the time bank.
Yeah, this is... I don't want to say it's negligible because that's not true, because those last 35 seconds could really get you ults you need on an attack, whereas the Atlanta Reign have to kind of win an ultless fight. That's why they're running the Sombra. The Sombra ult's going to build extremely quickly. If you get that EMP off, you basically get the point. But that's the win condition. Can they actually make it happen is the question here. And will Jjonak build it trance faster? Because if that's what happens, then we all know the ending to that story. FRD's actually going to swap, though.
Yep.
I'm a little bit surprised to see this, because I think maybe the Sombra was their best bet. I mean, they're going to have to win a fight. They're going to have to win the tank battle against Mono, who's playing aggressive as always.
Well, they push forward. A lot of damage going forward on the Baby Bay. They try to bash him. He manages to stay alive a little bit longer. Stun on the Mono. Still going to be safe. Decent amount of charge coming through towards that shatter. Jjonak still sitting in the back, unpressured at the moment. Spamming out some shots. Barrier destroyed on the side of Poco. Meko nearly taken out, but 15 seconds remaining. Atlanta Reign yet to touch the point.
No,
Can they make something happen? Meko's going to be knocked out. Massa managed to find that one. Mono going low. He gets taken down. Baby Bay gets himself a double kill.
Rallies
This could
up.
very much be it.
Rallies up.
Make
They've
their
got
way
the armor.
over onto the point. Baby Bay, high energy crowd online. They finish off the Baby Diva. Dogman gets taken down by Jjonak, but Poco is there to get the kill. That's going to be the cap on the A. 30 more seconds with ults ready to go.
They have, both teams have the potential to smash the next fight. It's going to be basically a 12 ult fight. Minus Arister's rally he just used. The armor will be decayed by the time they hit B. They've got 30 seconds. But this could go the Atlanta Reign's way. One mistimed trance, one forced trance from Jjonak, then suddenly Baby Bay's grab can turn everything around. We know what Poco is capable of once he gets that shatter. We just saw it happen on the defense. So this is anyone's game to take. It really, really is. But if New York lose B, that is a disaster. Oh, Mono looking for the flank shatter.
Oh, he comes in. He fights both supports. They shut them down. Fantastic flank play coming out from Mono. Poco tries to drop the hammer, but it's not going to do anything. They do manage to tag in. FRD there on the point. Nearly snags a tick in a back cap, but they shut him down. OT will plummet away. All the ultimates for Atlanta mean nothing because Mono pulls off one hell of a sneaky play with that ride.
And what a risky play it was. If he gets found,
That could have been it.
If he gets found, if he gets killed, and that shatter doesn't go off, They get beat 100%. What a risky play that Mono just took. You know, he's been the weak point of this team in terms of the Atlanta versus New York matchup. We never talk about Mono as the weak link. How could you even say that? But in this case, you know, he's the one who made the big play. He accepted the risks. You know, if he dies there alone, everyone ridicules him, but instead he looks like a hero. And that's what big risky plays like that make you, depict you as. It's like, the history is written by the winner, right? And Mono hit the shatter, but now NYXL still have to take A, and 1 minute 35, remember that extra 35 seconds is certainly enough time to where they could build ultimates and win with ultimates, but that goes both ways. The Atlanta Reign end up winning those first few fights, and they have ults that are better, they get their ults faster. They can come back to backfire against the New York Excelsior if that's their plan, if their plan is to kind of eco-push their way up to ultimates.
And this has to be a victory for NYXL if they want to take the Atlantic Championship. They have to get the win. A loss here, a draw, means that London Spitfire clinch at the end.
And that means any map win, by the way, for the rest of this series.
Yes.
But it could happen right here
They
if
need
they
to
fail.
sweep the rest of this, do NYXL if they want that title.
All right, they're going to scout with Mono, it looks like, on the Sombra, and then they're going to adapt. It's going to be popping the Rhine now. Okay. Every single point of damage matters when we're talking about a minute 30 because ultimates can be built. And whoever wins the race wins this push.
Really aggressive. Popo able to match with the charge, but Popo going to be taken down. They instantly melt through him. They're trying to turn it back around. Mono going to be traded out. Nana with a sliver of HP trying to survive. Still going to be a 2-for-1. Jjonak gets the hit. Tsunamo is there for the scoop. They get the kills, and that should basically be A. Going over to NYXL. They get it just as they hit a minute remaining. FRD pushing forward, going to try to drain as much time as he can, but it's not going to be very much. Once they get the reset and join back through, additional 30 seconds coming in. Atlanta Reign, can they hold them off?
That's the question. It's going to be about, you know, a minute, you know, on the clock, a minute 5 seconds or so when they do hit this. In terms of ultimates here, Atlanta Reign were smart to back off once the fight was lost. You know, Jjonak getting that kill on a Baby Bay was pretty much all she wrote on that one. But they at least didn't give New York the ultimates to snowball this push.
Yep.
So again, it's going to be an ultless fight until it goes long.
Until Jjonak hits that transcendence.
Yeah. Once the fight goes long, it's going to be about who can use the ultimates more effectively. Look at FRD just waiting to try to knock them off the high ground, waiting to eat a grab. You know, eventually that's going to be his plan again on their second defense. He's just trying to gain all the info, tell his team, and then look for a knockdown onto anyone who overextends.
Chip damage coming through, and Amos steadily moving up towards that sound barrier. Jjonak now with the Transcendence online. Dogman still 15% left to go. FRD going to be knocked out of the mech. That's going to be a devastating way to start off this fight. So now don't even have the hope of denying away the grab that Nene's about to have online. With the defense matrix, Popo going to be eliminated. They get zoned off. NYXL just take it. They can keep their hopes alive.
Very
caller lost there. It was over.
Very greedy play by FRD, trying to slide in there with the rocket boosters coming in and disrupting the squad. But he gets picked first, and that's it. That's all it takes. New York Excelsior keeping their hopes alive here in the series. The hopes of taking the Atlantic Division as well.
We are tied up 1-1, but it is hyper competitive at the moment. Let's see who takes the lead when we come back after halftime.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
The Atlanta Reign are trying to do the unthinkable and shock the world twice in one stage, but this one is still far from over. We're all tied up at 1-1 at the half. Welcome back to halftime, everybody. Malik here. We got Brent and Mr. Rex in the building. Guys, is this match a little closer than you expected it to be?
Yeah.
Quite a showdown.
I think way closer than I think anyone expected it to be. I think map 1, we were in the back, we were watching it. Control can be close between a lot of these teams. I think map 2 is a lot closer than I expected, though.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. I mean, the only person who did think it was going to be closer than like this was Zoe, honestly.
Zoe.
She predicted it.
You called it.
That's all I'm going to say. She predicted it.
Yeah, she
All right.
did.
Well, before we jump into the highlights, we have Alt Economy presented by State Farm. What you got for us today, Brent?
Yeah, I got a little Alt Economy sponsored by State Farm that kind of points out that Jjonak was the problem almost. So for map 1,
okay.
I'm coming out and saying this. I feel like he was the weak link in map 1, and I've got a specific example that kind of showcases this, particularly about his ult usage here. So as we play through the clip here, you can see that they're contesting the point. It's pretty much the start of map 1. A couple of players have fallen, they lose a couple of them, and Jjonak tries to turn a 4v6 fight with a Transcendence. Now, sometimes this is good, but at the end of the day, overconfidence is a flimsy shield, and you can see where they would have used this ultimate, like they could have used this Transcendence right here in the following team fight. This is one specific example where they could have saved the Transcendence, had a better ult economy, saved it for that Graviton Surge, won the subsequent team fight potentially from that, right? But it ties into the larger point, because it's not just that one moment. I feel like the reason I say that Jjonak is the weak point for New York right now is because their playstyle is so invested in him alone, right? They want to pump all their resources into him, the armor pack, the bubbles, everything. What's left for the front line? Nene's getting obliterated time and time again because of this playstyle. It's been proven. I'm going on a bit of tirade here, Matt. I'm sorry. I'm ranting.
Matt's like,
I don't know where Brent is going with this. I'm looking at the prompter. None of this is in there, so you're...
All right.
But I like that you're doing the Zenyatta voice line.
I get what he was trying to...
Props to that.
Got that.
I heard you.
Yeah, I mean, statistics-wise, Baby, he popped off. I mean, we were listening to him in the comms. I mean, he was just going crazy in there. He was like telling his teams, I got gold medals, you know? He's like your average rank player, but 3 deaths is insane.
I mean, this is something we've seen from New York, and it's kind of hurt them in Stage 2. When you look at Nene's numbers from Stage 1 to Stage 2, they have dropped. Where you see like somebody like Sinatra, he still stayed at the top of the league in terms of Zarya play. And I think what you saw on map 1, Baby do a nice job playing against him. Map 2, a little bit of a different story. Nene bounced back.
It's the graph, man. It's the graph. He's mentally boomed from the graph.
It's that one play, man.
He's not the same. He's not the same. We go back to Hanamura. We saw them kind of focusing Baby Bay a little more in this map. You think they're realizing that he's kind of a threat and the guy that they need to neutralize in order to win this match?
Yeah, I mean, he played great on map number 1. I think what you saw, though, they were able to get Jjonak on the high ground. I think this is going to be kind of a recurring thing for New York. It's like, can they win with a not as aggressive playstyle? Like we see Vancouver play, right? And they're really aggressive, right in your face. We see the Shock play. They're right up in your face. Like the teams that are having success right now, go. It's like, can you win in this meta playing around Zay with a back line?
And I think that's what it comes down to, Matt, honestly. Like, because we've seen New York right now, they play around Jjonak, we know that's their playstyle, enabling him fully, right? Investing all the resources, defense matrix to try and save him, the armor packs. And Nene is getting left out to dry a lot of the times. That's why we did a stats comparison in the watch point earlier today, where we compared the 2 players, we looked at Nene's statistics. He's not fantastic in terms of the rankings, and I think this is the reasoning why.
Stage 2.
A lot of these teams, in Stage 2, a lot of these teams, they put a lot of their resources in the Zarya players, in particular, because those are your damage dealers. They're the ones that are going to be building the Graviton Surge, that's going to be winning you these team fights. I think this is the first time that we're seeing right now that New York's playstyle is a little bit outdated.
Indeed. All right, so going into the second half, we're all tied at 1-1. Both of you guys picked New York. Either one of you want to change your pick going into the second
not Brent.
half?
I don't change my picks.
I mean, I haven't done that for a while. It's been a hot minute.
Well, your picks have been so kind of out there that there's no reason to kind of go off of them.
I'm going to be sticking with mine. I think New York are probably going to be taking this in a half. They should be able to. I mean, we know that they're capable of it. But again, here's the thing. Last time, that wasn't the case. Atlanta ended up taking it. So
a series like this, like it's kind of like 50-50 where you didn't expect the underdog team. Like even though New York wins map 2, I still feel like Atlanta has some momentum, right? Because they're still hanging around, lingering in this series. I think it could definitely go either way.
And they have something. They know something that is neutralizing New York. There's some way they're getting ahead of the curve on them. So, I don't know. For me, I'm going with Atlanta. If I had to, that's my pick. I didn't get a chance to pick. Come on, Atlanta fans, give me something. Come on. All right, all 10 of them.
2 people in the crowd.
All 10 of them got happy. All right, guys. Well, we got more coming up on this match. Who's going to pull out ahead? Will it be Atlanta or New York? We'll find out in just a bit.
Enter for a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip for you and a friend to attend the 2019 Overwatch League Grand Finals and get the latest 9th-gen Intel Core i9 processor. Visit intel.gg/Core i9 to enter now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Things are heating up here in the arena. We are tied 1-1. NYXL able to take the victory there on Hanamura, keeping their hopes alive of finishing first in the Atlantic Division, but they still need to close out the rest of the series very cleanly if they want to do so.
I feel like New York started playing a lot better when we got to Hanamura, but they still didn't look dominant. And it's hard to predict how the rest of this series is going to go. If New York is going to be playing a little bit inconsistently, we'll see what shows up when we head to Blizzard World for our hybrid map. Which NYXL are we going to get? Is it going to be Jjonak transing at the right time? Is it going to be him crushing it, hounding down Baby Bay? Or are we going to see Mono bullied again? You know, what is it going to be? We're going to find out.
Yep. I was going to find out what our substitution is. It's going to be Dako coming back in for FRD.
No shocker here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him running the Sombra. That was kind of the idea for having him in, I suspect. But moving over to Blizzard World, Dako will be starting yet again.
But it's crazy that it's very rare, actually, that you have a team that has two players that are seemingly pretty even in skill on the same hero that are subbed per maps. And what's cool about that is, for example, you know, we talked about FRD maybe running the Sombra. He didn't really end up doing it. You can know so much and practice so much about how Hanamura is played as a D.Va player when you're the one who's, you know, set to play on it. That's why we saw him have that amazing flight to eat the grab from Nene, etc.
Yep.
And your mind is so focused on one particular map that you can think about it and be super prepped for it. Then Dako comes in, he's the Blizzard World specialist, and it's kind of cool to see two players that are not too different in skill, but have them, and they play the same role, but have them on different maps. You know, it's pretty unique to Atlanta right now. We're not seeing a ton of that elsewhere.
And overall, FRD coming back in for Hanamura did look quite good. Obviously, at the ending, trying to get the knockoff did cost him a lot in the end. But like you said, getting rid of that grab from Nene, etc. Overall, it was pretty clean play from him. But now moving forward, let's see how Atlanta fares as they start things with this defense. Is the teleporter forward, try to get a little bit extra momentum towards the point. NYXL swap it back over though.
You save like 2 seconds of time, so it's handy.
Speed running.
Yep.
Everything, every frame counts, you know.
Exactly. Well, Mono playing aggressive as usual. And there's not really a good angle for him to get punished for it because of the wall here. So they're going to have to wait till he swings around like this.
Yeah, now pushing forward very aggressively here for Mono. Shield Bash not going to find the hit. Barrier going lower. 600 HP remaining on that. Has to let it regen a little bit. But for now, Atlanta giving up the point.
I like Meko's positioning here. He can do a lot of poke damage.
Well, they retake it. Dako moving up onto the high ground. Still very low. Has to get top back up. Pokpo. It's going to get juggled around in the front. Jjonak finds the kill. That's just basically going to be A. Atlanta Reign have to pull out of there. Not surrender too much extra ult charge.
Jjonak's no stagger, no delay on this point. Well, you know, you have Mono in this position where he's doing the majority of the damage. And what Atlanta Reign have been doing super well is isolating him or just chipping him down. You saw his barrier almost break the second he exposed himself, but he did a lot of damage. Everyone was low. High ground's controlled by Meko. Dako tried to challenge, but he was at like a third health, so it wasn't going to work out. And New York just, you know, we're get a slight advantage in terms of ults, but they get this incredible time bank, and that's what really matters in this push.
Now 5 minutes on the clock here. Rally going to be out from air, so they push forward. Masa finding the first kills, and Amo gets taken down. Decent start for Atlanta as they try to play very far forward. Mono going to be eliminated as well. That'll be the cleanup, just trying to collect those ultimates. We'll basically have all 5 online. The rally used at the start, so things looking good.
And in ultless fight, it's almost always the tank line that dies first. You see a D.Va D-Mac, you see a Reinhardt get picked. When you see something like a Lucio dying in an ultless fight, it usually means the team that killed the Lucio has extremely good comms. They're calling Anamo, Anamo, Anamo. They kill him, they focus him down. He's out of position for 1 second, so good to see.
Grab going to be coming forward despite the low energy here for Baby Bay. Bomb thrown in onto the top. They try to get the boot, but the shield still going to be there. Now the shatter thrown into the shield. Good shield bash there from Airstart. Manages to knock Mono to the ground, interrupting that pin. The beat's going to be out from either side. So Atlanta fully invested in this fight, but Poke keeps going lower and lower. That'll be the cleanup, and NYXL, they'll win out the fight. All these ultimates invested, it really only bought Atlanta a minute off the time bank.
So it seems the real reason why New York crushed this fight was because the Atlanta Reign went aggressive. They got to use Amp It Up for Lucio for speed, so they come in, but Anamo got to use it for healing, as I believe there's the main reason why that fight went so one-sided for Excelsior, and there was just not enough healing, there was not enough sustain at the end of the day. They had to use their support ultimates first, so you know, that hurts, and that's how, you know, you end up losing a lot of these team fights. Now they've got the high ground here, gonna try to make this their defensive setup. Backing away.
Yep, Card just gonna be cruising down below, so Dako has to keep that one contested.
Dead even as the Zarya charge on both these, 70%, so no real advantages for either side, but positional advantage for Atlanta Reign. They gotta win it right here.
Yeah, but Jjonak now gonna be having that Transcendence online. Dog Man a bit further behind.
That could be a game changer if he can't build it, but I think he probably will before Nene really utilizes the grab. Look at the position of the Atlanta Reign too. It's tough to grab into this, especially with Dako up there ready to eat it at any moment.
Well, Dogman just going to be taken down. Jjonak just takes him out of the fight, makes sure that he cannot get that Transcendence. Shadow comes in, Baby Bay managing to stay alive, but Dako going lower and lower. That Discord Orb into the back. Grabs coming out simultaneously on either side. Pokemon trying to stay alive. The barrier going to get broken. Jjonak finds another kill. Bomb out into the back. Dako! He finds a triple kill against all odds. Shuts them down. They maintain control.
It was a beautiful sound barrier from Masa as well. Those are the moments that it takes a really good Lucio player to identify. We're down a member. It's a 5v6 fight. But if I sound barrier here, I think there's a way we can turn it. Let's take a look at this once again with Dako. Grabs in. Sound barrier comes out from Masa. He barely gets in time. You can see he uses it here first. And look at where Mono is right now. He's not in position to turn his shield around. And Masa's blocking him, so he can't really get into position the way he wanted to. And he was definitely looking to right-click him there. It didn't matter because he couldn't turn around fast enough.
Bomb out from Meko. Not going to be nearly as flashy as what we just saw from Dako. Beat coming through just in time to try to keep Mono alive. Dako pushing forward, trying to get them up the high ground, but Masa going to be taken down. Jjonak finds another kill. Pushing forward, that's going to be Nene eliminated. Drop down coming through. Atlanta Reign still winning out the fight as Dako scoops the kills one after the other.
This is a crazy turnaround for Atlanta Reign.
I mean, it was, what, 3 meters away from the finish?
Yeah, and now they're just dominating, crushing these fights where NYXL seems to be coming in a little bit less composed, a little bit panicky. It almost feels like, as, you know, this, what looked like an easy push and a great time bank is now stolen away from them. And to approach here, you're going to take a lot of chip damage. They're going to take the right side instead, but look at how quickly the approach is scouted and everyone turns onto this glob of NYXL. It comes through the choke. There's a grab ready. Meko's out of position, so I think we will see this committed. There's a trance. Going to be up focusing down during the grab if they're going to utilize this right now.
Still lower energy here for Baby Bay, trying to build some of that up. There you go. Pushes past 70. Slobbing those right clicks in. Thing they really have to be worried about is going to be Jjonak. Whether it's the Transcendence that he has or the damage that he's outputting.
This passivity is giving Nene the time to build his own grab, though. And that's a big problem.
Drop down comes through. BBB right up into the front. Uses the bubble. Dogman Transcendent's going to be online. Masa a bit further behind Anamo by about 12% as he tries to get that beat online. Shadow comes in. They're going to manage to find Meko over to the side, but he's going to stay alive. Dako with the bomb comes in. Nene going to be taken down. Jjonak uses the Transcendence. Now it's going to be expired. They push for Dogman using his own.
That's the kill they needed.
Get cleaned up. It's 20 seconds remaining. This could just be the hold right here for Atlanta.
I think it will be. That's the kill they needed. Nene was the one who could use the grab. He could turn the fight around. Huge shield bash coming through from Airster.
Oh, Jjonak.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Baby Bay.
Baby Bay.
He's on fire.
He's laying it on thick right now.
He certainly is. All right.
Meko's popped out. Mono stunned up. They managed to force out the overtime.
The grab could be big here if they can get a kill. There it is.
Comes in and manages to find two, but they can't get behind the shield. They can't get the kills. Anamo and Meko both going to be taken down. Mono eliminated as well with the Wrecking Ball. The OT ticks away. They get damn close to B, but they can't get across the line. Atlanta Reign with one push can shut down NYXL's hopes of being the Atlantic champions.
The defending NYXL, though, that's where their playstyle gets a huge advantage. That's where they can play their passive style, so don't count them out on this map just yet. They certainly could turn it around.
Still on a knife's edge right now for NYXL. Let's see what they can get done on the defense when we come back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Atlanta Reign getting ready to go on their attack. NYXL halted just in front of B.
Massive upset. Again, it would be a massive upset if the Atlanta Reign are able to take out NYXL, do it twice in a row.
Twice in a row. It would be absolutely insane, especially as we get ready to ride into playoffs. NYXL have already clinched their spot, but are they going to be in first place for the Atlantic Division?
Yeah.
You have to see the rest of the series to find out, but make sure you tune in on Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time for those playoffs, because it's going to be a lot of matches, very much like this, very hype, very close.
And also remember, the Atlanta Reign are already eliminated from playoffs as well. So
Yep.
This is a non-playoff team we're talking about, taking out a team that's only lost once to this very same team. Atlanta Reign, not even going to scout, not even going to mess around. They know NYXL are running 3-3. They're going to run right into it with the Hanzo and Pharah, just like we saw in Hanamura. Very tough to defend against this as NYXL with no range damage to deal with the Pharah outside of Jjonak. We'll see Dako even swapping over to the Sombra. They're running the triple DPS here.
I mean, this is that slow defensive approach that we know from NYXL. Already one tick going to be given up. They start pushing forward. Mono finally playing over onto the point. Rockets coming down. Ursa already halfway to that barrage.
Already forced the bubble out from Nene, so that's nice here too. And Mono is by himself, very much exposed.
2 ticks.
They have to engage. They can't just sit here like this.
Yep, Rockets still coming in. Baby Bay up above them. That's going to be Libero taken down. Airster scoops the kill. Suddenly moving up again. The headshot. Baby Bay gets rid of Jjonak. That's going to be point A. A massive time bank getting ready to come through for the Reign.
You know, I mean, when they beat them the first time Atlanta Reign, I think a lot of people chalked it up to this is a fluke. I mean, have they really figured out NYXL? but I think we have to change the tone right now. They're playing a composition that counters NYXL. They don't even scout. They know that NYXL are going to be running this composition. They force them to attack the point as defenders, and that's where NYXL is weakest, when they have to be on the attack, and they turn the point around, because if you just stand on the point and NYXL's pushed away by the Fire Rockets, they have to be the attackers, and they have an inferior composition. Super smart play here from the Atlanta Reign.
EMP nearly there. Hack going to be interrupted. Daco drops into the low ground, translocates back to safety with the rest of his squad. But now the EMP is going to be there. Comes out. That's going to be Jjonak instantly melted.
Barrage.
4 more members hacked out. Barrage comes in. Mecco going to be popped out here at the end.
And it works out so perfectly. His defense matrix there, hacked and on cooldown. Just easily able to clean it up.
They're still holding a Dragon Strike. They've got the minefield. So many tools to work with here for the Reign. And 4.5 minutes.
And this is the Dragon Strike that can help zone and put them into an even better spot. They can use the Dragon Strike and the minefield together to basically guarantee that when they are trying to contest this cart, they can't. They have Sonic Arrow here, all vision. There's a Dragon Strike.
Dragon Strike just trying to disrupt them here. Minefield going to be dropped in straight in front of the finish line. Libero nearly taken down. Rockets coming in. Baby Base scoops him with the Storm Arrows. Popo up over the top, just trying to zone them back as the cart continues to advance. Mecco pushing forward, gets hacked out. He's going to be knocked out, and Almo's going to be gone. The shadow coming in from Mono. Mono's not going to be able to find anything. The pile driver kills off the Baby Diva, and there's nearly another barrage here for Airster. Jjonak going to be taken down. This is it. Atlanta Reign push it in. The kills are there. The cart's advancing, and they have done it. They shut down NYXL's hopes of finishing first in Atlantic, and now they're at match point for taking them down twice in a row.
Insane plays here from the Atlanta Reign. They figured out NYXL. They are countering them at every turn. This series now looks Atlanta favored. 1 map to go. That's all they need.
So close. 1 more to close it out as we get ready to move forward on to Escort. Let's see if Atlanta can do it, or if NYXL can bounce back and spare their blushes.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile. The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Match point at the moment for Atlanta Reign. They shut down the hopes of NYXL for finishing first in the Atlantic Division, so congratulations to the London Spitfire. They have the highest seed for Atlantic.
Yep, they're going to be jumping up to number 1, so they will have an insane seed and a potential to be one of the upset runners through the playoffs. They could make the finals. It's absolutely possible now that they're the Atlantic Division winners here. And New York Excelsior as well, if they lose this series, it'll be the first time they don't finish top 3 in a stage in the entire history of the league. So, I mean, Atlanta Reign is just breaking records right now. They're shattering streaks, and this is another opportunity to even put New York Excelsior further down by finishing out this series with a 3-1.
I mean, NYXL, they certainly could come up with that victory, but it wouldn't be enough for them to get the Atlantic Division, the tiebreaker rules coming through, to testing the strength of schedule means that London Spitfire come out on top. So here we go. Could be the final map of the series, Junkertown, unless NYXL can take us to a Game 5.
Yeah.
What we saw based on the play coming in for Atlanta Reign, the willingness to bring out the Hanzo, the Pharah, they're going to be better suited in theory on this map.
Certainly true. And that's kind of been the X factor for Atlanta Reign. Remember we saw the Orisa Junkrat decimate New York on Anubis, the previous series between these two. And, you know, now if they're going to run something like the Sombra Hanzo on the attack, certainly could be quite potent. And that's one of the things about New York that has given them trouble in the past, too. They become incredibly good at the meta that is solidified. They crush in those moments. When the meta slightly shifts away from what they're best at, they get figured out pretty quick. They get exposed. And that's what, I mean, the first series we could call it a fluke, but this time I feel like New York is getting really called it, getting really exposed. And that's scary even going into playoffs because you don't have a lot of time to adapt. You got a week. And if other teams start running this against you and dismantling you the same way, you might lose in round of 8 once again. And they are just going to run the same Pharah comp, this time with a Widowmaker instead of the Hanzo for Baby Bay. And this makes it difficult to utilize the Batiste because he's always under threat.
Already grouped up inside. It's NYXL, so going to give up this much space for free.
Yeah,
to
so
get
much
ready to contest.
This type of comp,
They're swapping.
they are going to swap. But this type of comp, remember, as I was saying before, what I really want to hit on is it forces New York Excelsior as the defenders to attack. They have to expose themselves. They have to come out of these positions, and that's where they're weakest. They don't want to get too far behind an ult economy, though, and they didn't get kills, so it does make sense to swap now.
Masa going to be taken down, Nene. Able to find that kill, and Pokpo as well. Going to be eliminated, so good start on the defense here for the NYXL. Jjonak building up nicely, trying to get to that Transcendence. We'll get the pop out here, and they can stagger Dako as much as they want.
You know, we criticized him a lot for his Transcendence timings, especially on Oasis.
Actually, he just pistols his way back up.
He's just an insane machine. I mean, when you watch him do this, it feels like he's not human. That's how he tracks, and he's a cold-blooded killer.
Well, that's going to be Ant Matrix used by Libero. Atlanta Reign just peeling back.
Yeah, they don't want to get into a poke war against that. Now that it's faded away, they can start to engage forward. Look for a pick potentially here onto the supports.
Drop down into the back. Libero going to be eliminated.
That's exactly what they needed to do. Perfect execution there.
Solid start. Mono dead.
Too many of these neutral fights are being decided by supports getting picked for NYXL. We talked about it on Hanamura very briefly, or on Blizzard World, excuse me. But usually when the support dies first like that, it's a positional issue, or it's just really good shot calling and coordination, target selection. Think, look, Libero's out of position. Let's punish this now. And you could see everyone was on the same page. Every single missile that came out of Dako there in his barrage was able to take, hit its mark. And Libero just is deleted. And that's basically point A here. They're going to have one more chance.
Drop down solo coming in. The Shatter is out. Manages to knock Pokpo to the ground, but that's about it. Transcendence still available for Dogman. Jjonak uses his own. So we'll have that in response to the grab in theory. Shatter coming down. Nene going to be hit. Bomb up over the top. Dako not going to be able to find a pick, and he can't make it back in the mech. Jjonak finds the shutdown. Now the grab's in from Nene. The bomb hits the ground. No kills there, but Mono gets the pin. Finds the eliminations, and NYXL will hold off the cart for a bit longer. 4 meters left to go.
It's a good recontest here for the Atlanta Reign, or excuse me, for the New York Excel. And the grab that was used for Baby Bay early, he thought he was going to get that immediate kill, and then it was just going to get the checkpoint. Then
they weren't staggered. There it is.
And they weren't worried about what was going to happen, in the next fight, because they would get the checkpoint and then, come back and attack with their ultimates. But it comes back to bite them because then it gets the second grab off, and NYXL win the longer fight there with their support ults. Now, Baby Bay is going to have another grab, even though it was staggered. There's not going to be support ults this time, so they should be able to clean this up, but it costs them so much valuable time.
Wrap around the backside, pushing forward. Shatter and rally up for NYXL. Grab nearly there for Baby Bay. Jjonak, can he get this Transcendence fast enough?
He's getting closer.
No energy here for Baby Bay. Shatter goes straight into the shield. Manages to find one on the side. It's actually going to be Masa. He gets taken down. Grab comes in, catches two. Jjonak getting closer and closer. He actually finishes off Dogman while he's in the grab. He doesn't care about Baby Bay.
This was a massive overstep by Baby Bay. He felt that in that moment it was his only chance because they were going to have such little time and they might have gotten staggered, but now they don't have any tools to really break this open with. Maso got picked solo. Jjonak pops off. He's got the trance now. And, I mean, this is where NYXL are at their best, is when Jjonak can poke at a distance and he does tons of damage. And look how much chip damage they've already taken trying to touch the cart.
Yeah,
look at
Pokpo Going lower and lower, the barrier nearly broken as well. Grab online, Nene trying to build up that energy. Transcendence out from Jjonak as they push their way forward. Dogman now going to be matching. Grab going to be coming through. Catches 3. Shatter comes out. Mecco going to be knocked to the ground, but the beat's going to be there from Anam to try to keep everybody else alive. The Shatter coming through. Knocks Poke to the ground. Bombs out from Dako, but everybody ducks around corners and keeps himself safe. Bomb out from Mecco. Not going to find anything, and Dogman is scooping up kills in the meantime. Another one coming in as an elbow taken down. Baby Bay there. Gets rid of Jjonak. They might actually be able to make the push happen. Everyone's away from the cart. They're going to get it. 2.5 minutes back on the clock.
And they've got another grab online too in this extremely long fight. Baby Bay was able to do enough damage to get it at high energy. And Dogman gets tons of kills here. He's fragging out, but at the same time, we have to go back to Jjonak using the trance to try to force Dogman to match. It didn't work out. He didn't have the transcendence when the grab came through from Baby Bay. And we talk about Jjonak's trance timings a lot in this series, but sometimes they have just been a little bit off. They have been a little bit incorrect. It was a risk he took, but like, the enemy's ends are getting better. Not everyone's going to fall for that. You know, at this level of play, not just going to match the trance just because, knowing their win conditions.
Playing very far forward as they slowly bring the cart up. Dako playing over on that side. Drop down from behind. NYXL rerouting, trying to get the supplies flank in. They start pushing forward. Popo going low, but the Transcendence going to be in from Dogman, trying to keep him alive. Nene nearly with a grab on Mono's going to be taken down. Baby Bay stunned up, but straight back into the fight, trying to melt Mecco out of that suit. Cart continues to advance. The grab going to be coming in. Knew that Diva was not in position. They push forward. The Transcendence is out. The charge coming in. Looking for the kills, but so far, none to be found. Mecco finally going to be popped out. The grab coming through from Nene. Catches them. Baby Bay going to be eliminated. That's about as good as it gets for NYXL. They can't get any other kills.
No, they can't. All the resources put onto Jjonak to keep him alive. Looks like he will get out with his life, but...
a little bit of a caster curse, but this card is still rolling.
Yeah, the card is rolling. The fight is won. Jjonak barely lived there, but the fight is still Atlanta's, easily. And they will be able to regroup faster here, especially with Anamo really desperately trying to tag this cart. I mean, there was no way to contest that.
Taken down in from behind, though. Mecco manages to get the jump on the Dogman. Find the elimination, but we've rolled in.
That was why we saw Anamo wildly flame. It's going to happen, but he thought maybe if I touch this, maybe we're going to win the next fight. It doesn't end up happening. The Atlanta Reign now pushing forward here. Behind in grab charge, and that's a big one here.
Bomb coming out, Dako looking for the hits. Mono off on the side, had to play around the corner to keep himself safe.
You know, when you're walking backwards as a main tank, sometimes you feel like you could keep going, but he was actually just caught. Well, he got clipped into the wall, so he got stuck there, and Atlanta Reign just punishing him again. It's been one of the big stories as Baby Bay somehow finds Jjonak for the stagger here. Things are looking like, you know, this could be New York's hold, though, with the 6 ultimates they have right now. Atlanta Reign missing the bomb, missing the grab. Those are 2 tools you really need to lock down a point like this. And Baby Bay will build the grab in the fight, but by that time, Dogman's probably going to have to use his trance. Nene's going to be in a bad spot. Or in a good
coming
spot.
out. Just going to be catching Mecco on the side. He was safe. Already one ult going to be gone. Erster with a rally rolling. We'll see a second one used for the Atlanta Reign. Grab comes in, Baby Bay builds it up, catches him, Transcendence is in, bombs out from Mecco to try to buy some space, and Baby Bay's gonna get picked off. Transcendence used by Dogman here, and then he's still holding on to the grab. That could be the shutdown as we run in under a minute.
Yeah, Nene holds the grab. Dogman used trance. This is an ideal situation for New York to stop C. And then when you look at the tools the Atlanta Reign have, or the lack thereof, you could say, they don't even have a rally to engage. It feels terrible when you have to engage off of a sound barrier, because that's what wins you a fight in terms of sustainability. In the end of it, if you have to start a fight that way, you better kill someone in the first 5 seconds, or you're not going to win that fight. And I think that's their only chance here, is to use that sound barrier to engage.
I mean, that and Taco coming up with an eat on Nene's grab.
That could be another opportunity, sure.
Be absolutely clutch, but he is getting melted out and will lose the suit. So now, free reign here for Nene to use that Graviton Surge. Beats out on either side. Grab comes through. Popo and Erster both going to be locked up. Shatter comes down. Baby Bay manages to find one, but it's so many kills in favor of the NYXL. The cart, it got pretty darn close to the end, given how much time there was for Atlanta, but they cannot finish the map.
Very much a winnable situation for the Atlanta Reign, though. They can have a better defense, and this is where varied defensive compositions can come into play for the Atlanta Reign. We don't know if they will mirror or if they will try to run something like the FAR they found so much success with already, but it's something that NYXL are going to have to be aware of. on their attack, is that anything could happen. They need to approach the situation appropriately. But this is tense. This is not over by any means. All it takes is a really good set of ult advantages and team fight wins on A, and then suddenly the series is over. So atmosphere tense here. Bebe's just trying a new filter. But yeah, as we head into this, man, I think that some of the issues that we are... Well, hold that thought. We're going to look at this fight again.
Dogman trying to help ensure that they can make it across the line here and get into A. A nice shot here on the Libero, trying to get that last one. Follows up, pushes it aggressively. So dangerous to do against the Brigida. And then goes for the 1v1 versus Jjonak. Maybe tagging in at the end, but good stuff.
I think the big problem for Atlanta Reign in some of these fights is just that they overestimate their abilities to win a team fight overwhelmingly when a single pick comes through. And they're using their support ultimates around that, whereas the NYXL are a lot more passive, and they're willing to lose fights. But we're going to see a spawn camp here at the beginning.
Maywall coming up.
Doesn't really accomplish too much. We're just going to see the swaps come through. But they do know the composition that Atlanta Reign is running now. And this is usually done with Batiste, actually, but they're not running Batista. They're actually having Urster on this Brigida, so an unusual way to spawn camp on this map.
Well, have to peel back now as the card starts to roll. So.
I don't think we walk away from this saying this was a success for the Atlanta Reign. They fed over more ult charge to New York Excelsior, didn't really delay the cart that much, and now New York gets the high ground. So
yeah,
I would say mission unsuccessful.
It was an experiment. Went a little awry here. Nene pushing his way back up top. Baby under a little bit of pressure here as they go back and forth. Sun comes in. Mecco going to be safe, however. Drops back down with the rest of the squad, and already we have got the cart pushed in, getting ready to round the final quarter in advance of A. A lot of damage going through into the back line. Masa taking a beating, trying to get that barrier up in time. Is a bit further ahead of an ammo. Dogman, a 50% behind Jjonak. Riley's going to be coming out from Erster, leading the charge. 100 energy here from Nene. Grab going to be online. A hammer comes down. They knock two. Transcendence comes out. Dogman keeping everybody topped up. Bomb up over the top. Not going to find a pick. Nako makes it back in safely. Solo grab in on Mono. They look for the kill. Armor pack comes through. They keep him alive. Now the beat going to be dropped. That's going to be the shatter coming through, and Nene going to be eliminated. But a double kill coming through here from Mecco. As he knocks Taco out, Poke down as well. The turnaround comes through, and NYXL will be able to push through in the A.
That we saw there was a glimpse of the NYXL's play style around Mono, and why so many teams refuse to try to punish his greedy positioning. Because when you put everything into Mono, you solo grab him, everyone's focusing him down, and everyone is able to quickly then, on New York Excelsior's side, keep him healed up, waste all those cooldowns. You feel silly for trying to solo grab. You feel silly for trying to kill Mono. It's a two-sided, situation though, where if he gets killed, totally different situation, but they keep him alive this time, and that's what causes Atlanta Reign to lose control of A, and it's a great time bank now for NYXL.
Yeah, wrapping around the side here. Reign privy to this, so shift over. See a very similar situation as Reign are now going to be behind the cart. NYXL trying to pull it forward.
Jjonak here has the Transcendence online. Baby way behind in terms of building that charge versus his Transcendence, so they can play aggressively. They know this.
Shots coming in. Baby taking a lot of damage. The Transcendence already going to be forced out. Nene very far away though, as you said, so safe to use these for the moment are the Reign. Jana comes in, only finds Pokepo, but he gets absolutely melted. It's a massacre onto the ride. Grab coming through, but already two members going to be gone. A major overcommitment for the Atlanta Reign. NYXL say thank you very much and continue to move on.
I was literally about to say the one thing that this is great for the Atlanta Reign, and they know what they're doing, is they know they got Jjonak's trance there. They traded it, and Babyface got grab before Nene does. I was about to say those words. I just said them anyways, but as we know, the one tool they had, the best option they had to hold, was just thrown to the wind. That grab from Baby Bay was not going to ever turn that fight around, despite the choke there with all the members that were already dead. And look at all the ults they had to pair with it. The grab is what you need to initiate these fights. Nene's going to have a grab here now to contest B.
Push their way out. Sound barriers in for the NYXL. Matched by Masa on the other side. Mono taking a lot of damage. Will be taken out. Masa finding the kill. with the melee hit. Mekko throws the bomb up over the top, but Poe has that shield raised in the tunnel. Transcendence going to be used. Dogman helping to keep them alive, and the cart has not been advancing this entire time. Poe scraping along the wall, gets rid of both supports in one fell swoop.
I guess Nene wanted to make it fair there and toss in another one of his grabs after his teammates were dead. Anamo in particular was gone. And sometimes you can win a fight when you toss that grab and you know there's no, real answer for it. But he wasn't even really with his team for follow-up damage there. I think both of these teams are playing scared right now. There's so much on the line for NYXL. There's so much pride on the line that everyone's starting to make some small mistakes here and there that you wouldn't normally see from a squad of this caliber.
Poe pushing forward very aggressively, has to be careful. Peels back as NYXL just makes their way through, up the stairs, onto the high ground to try to reclaim this cart. Under 2 minutes now remaining. Have to push basically to the end to take this and force us into a game 5.
This is insanely good for the Reign for how much time they're buying right now.
Absolutely.
As you say, they have to push all the way to the end basically. And the NYXL just not gaining ground despite ult advantages. Baby is going to have to grab first.
Jjonak! The flag crazy comes in. Dogman gets picked off. Transcendence going to be laid even further now. Masa going to be eliminated as well. No supports available here for the side of the Atlanta Reign. Jjonak taking lower and lower. Baby finds the kill, but Nene will get some revenge.
And this is another
grab used by Baby Bay.
Another late grab. That's what you need to contest for B. That's what you needed. That's the tool you had. Jjonak jumped on top of you and tranced. He doesn't have the answer for the grab, but he panics and he throws the grab in anyways, hoping somehow that the kill under Jjonak was going to turn things around. But if they had just reset and come over here and slowed this cart, contested, they could grab in this choke point. So many opportunities, so many wasted opportunities here. Now Nene again has grab advantage, and they've got plenty of time to use it. Very tense situation here in New York. Might just take this one and bring us to a 5th map. Baby Bay's going to remember those grabs, that's for sure.
Trying to build up for the next one here. Nene sitting with his ready to go. Dogman at least. Trans going to be online for that, you would expect. But Poe going to be taken down. The Transcendence comes in too late, and now Nene could just use the grab for free again. Masa trying to survive, will be able to do so. The bubble coming through. Survives for a little bit longer at least, but Libero is there.
And he doesn't
coming
have to use
into the
it.
break keeps him down. Dogman taken out by the pin. Daco knocked out. A lot of room now for NYXL as they push forward.
They don't have to use any ultimates there. The rally, that comes through, but now they've got everything they need. They just need to win one more team fight and then walk across the finish line here. And no trance, only the barrier.
They have to stop them for about 2 more fights, you would say. Popo trying to play forward. The grab coming through, locks them over onto the wall. Baby Bay going to be jumping into that one. The bomb comes out. Baby Bay going to be taken out. Grab not going to be there. Daco manages to knock Mekko out of the mech, but that's about as good as it's gotten so far. Transcendence is out for Jjonak, trying to keep everybody alive. They're still holding on to that sound barrier, and Popo's going to be taken out. Jjonak pushing forward. The battle Zenyatta charges his way up into the face of his enemy. Fearless comes up with the kills. Dogman sitting alone with that Transcendence on the cart, joined by Daco here at the end, but neither of them will last very long. The cart will push forward. NYXL, they get the win here on Junkertown. We're going to a map 5.
A map 5 is real. It is happening. The series couldn't get any more exciting. A lot of mistakes there on the side of the Atlanta Reign on their defense. 2 huge missed grabs from Baby Bay. Give the NYXL the opportunity, the ult advantage to bring us to that 5th game.
One more round of control to decide it all. Let's see who takes it when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, we are getting down to the wire. A barn burner of a series. Map 5 getting ready to come through. Control was taken by Atlanta Reign the first time out. Can they do it again here at the end to get the back-to-back victories over NYXL?
That's the question.
I don't know, but
And
time will tell.
there were a lot of issues for Jjonak in particular on that first map, but he certainly has cleaned up his play a lot, maybe making a potential candidate for himself for player of the match with how much damage output he's doing in a lot of these team fights, getting these right-click kills, he's flanking, he's blowing up Baby Bay, and building Transcendence extremely fast. So he's certainly turned around his individual play from start to finish here.
Yes.
And I don't think we'll see those same weird trances that we saw on Oasis when we go to our tiebreaker map here. It's really anyone's game to take, though. I feel like the Atlanta Reign, during that break between map 4 and map 5, really need to sit down and talk about ult timings, though, because that's really what gave the NYXL such a free push to see, was these late trances from Dogman and these grabs, you know, in a 3v6 fight coming through from Baby Bay. And his judgment is usually very good, and the team coordination is usually very good, so we know this is an issue of nerves or miscommunication in a tense moment where they're so close to being the only team to beat NYXL twice.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
very uncharacteristic, as
Yeah.
you're saying. Baby Bay. Just really rough. I mean, Junkertown just seems like maybe it's not the best spot for Zarya's. We saw Ivy yesterday. You know, some rough grabs coming through. Baby Bay trying to replicate that a little bit. His grabs maybe rust, I guess. But Lijiang Tower going to be the final map here to decide it all. See if the Reign can, in fact, take this back-to-back. Or if NYXL will tie the score between these teams.
Well, as we head into Lijiang Tower, the compositions that you expect to see are already the ones locked in by the players. This is our tiebreaker. And for Atlanta Reign, remember their whole MO in beating NYXL last time through a lot of this series has been to punish mono on main tank. Will we see Ana emerge on this control point? I think so. I think Dogman is going to try to empower Pokpo and win that trade. Not here, though, not on our first round. It's just going to be a mirror.
Jump in. Mono going for the short hop. Trying to poke out Pokpo here. Stunned, but still going to be safe for now. Meko, however, going dangerously low. Seems like he will be able to hang on by a thread for the moment. Inside track here for the NYXL, but the HP bars keep going lower and lower, and Libero going to be taken down. Mono picking up that Mega Pack. Finally going to be healed, but Meko gets stopped. And that should be the point going to the way of Atlanta Reign. The first time they're going to be able to grab the first cap, and Jjonak, oh man, there's this kind of sight set on it, and Dogman's there for the scoop.
Huge stagger. There's the armor pack there as well. You know, a lot of the play that you see in mirrors like this comes down to subtle things like cooldowns, and Mono's going to swap over to the Rhine, knowing he's not going to get Primal first, and that's going to be a disaster. He can at least try to get the Shatter up. But the cooldowns were used first for New York. They came in with their speed boost. We saw Mono leap in. Pokpo leaped second. We saw Atlanta Reign attack second, so they had all the advantages there in cooldowns when the fight actually broke out. And Mono's just going to hope that he can do something more with the Reinhardt here and stick on to the point. They have to break through this choke and then sit on the point.
Oh, rallies out. Atlanta taking the fight over to the side of the NYXL. Jjonak barely gets that Transcendence in time.
But the
Pops it
grab-
instantly to try to get him alive. As you say, the grab's going to be available from Baby Bay, but they might not even need it right now because Pokpo comes with the kill on Amano. Now looking for a bit more. Jjonak in the corner gets the armor pack. Pokpo just going to be leaving him. He knows how dangerous Jjonak can be in a 1v1 scenario, so leaves him for the moment.
So this situation in the choke is so good for Pokpo because he gets more damage done in AoE than he primals in the same way. And Mono's not going to get value on the Rhine until he gets onto the point, until he can force Atlanta Reign to fight on his terms. So that was a really good engagement by the Atlanta Reign, identifying where New York were, identifying the Mono swap. And now the grab is out.
Yep, grab coming out the beat. Trying to match here for NYXL. They try to hold on. Namo into the back. Masa going to be using the beat of his own. Catches everybody other than Baby Bay, but he's busy killing off Jjonak, so seems like he's doing some solid work. Bomb comes through. Baby Bay gets popped. Masa taken down as well, but Popo with another Primal Rage is just ripping them to pieces. Gets them in the corner, and Nene gets taken down.
They're again abusing this choke. It's the choke point here. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but New York Excelsior, they almost turned that fight around, but the sound barrier was perfectly timed. Baby Bay looked for the one target that has low hit points. Jjonak gets that kill. And now, you know, there's no grab. There's only a Shatter. The Shatter's going to have to be big.
Bomb in from Dako, looking for a pick. A lot of damage going forward onto Earthster and Pokpo. They manage to stay alive. Masa gets rid of Meko. He knocks him off the side. Dako coming back in. Transcendence is out from Jjonak. Baby Bay nearly with another grab. Trance rolling for Dogman, trying to keep them all topped up, but Popo still gets picked. But we still might be looking at 100-0 right now for the Atlanta Rain, unless NYXL can turn this one around.
He doesn't
Crowd
hold
comes
it.
in, shields are raised, however, they can't get the damage into the back.
This is another...
Daco's gonna get popped out, so another overcommitment on the Graviton Surge. NYXL will win out the fight and get the flip.
Yeah, that's another grav that, you know, they could have held for the follow-up attack. Jjonak's going to have trance for that fight, so understandable decision here for Baby Bay. And this is a much better decision to toss in a grab than the last few we saw on Junkertown. But still, it doesn't end up working out. Still, it's not correct. And for the Atlanta Rain to come in here now with no ults, this gives New York the opportunity to build back up to 99% with the ult advantage they have. So, you know, it comes back. He wanted the win. He wanted the round win. But what he ends up with is possibly throwing it all away with that greed there.
Daco over the top, comes in, trying to get that bomb ready to go. Transcendence and Beat about to become available for the NYXL. Mono going to be taken down before they can use either. The grab comes out from NYXL, but the Beat from Masa helps keep them alive, and Dogman's about to have the Transcendence ready to roll. Anamo going to be eliminated as well. Bomb thrown in desperation from Meko, but he goes a bit too deep and can't get the pickoffs here. And Atlanta Rain are looking for the flip. NYXL not even at 50% here at the moment. Transcendence going to be used. Nene trying to stay alive, struggling, but Airster is there, finds the kill. Dogman keeps his team topped up. The flip comes through. Meko on the point at the moment, trying to keep things contested. Manages the kill off Dogman. Shatter out from Mono, not going to be able to find anything. And
This is a
Meko
one
will
fight,
get
though.
knocked out.
That was a great trance by Dogman. He dies in the end, but that was really well timed.
It's going to start ticking down. Libero by himself, not going to last. OT slowly dwindling away, and that will be the first round going the way for the Atlanta Rain.
It's unbelievable how they could do this potentially twice. The only team to do it twice this season. Atlanta Rain, I mean, they are one round away. Let's hope that the pressure doesn't break them here, though. When you get this close, when you get this excited about something like that, you can start to miss your grabs. You can start to have some poor ult fights. We did see, though, Dogman's trance there in that last fight was super well timed. He did all the damage he needed to afterwards. This is a map where, you know, I think the choke points and understanding the choke points is more valuable than on any other map in this map type control, outside of maybe Magnus and Busan. And it's where this style became popular first, was on Lijiang Tower around the world, and now it's meta on all maps. But understanding the chokes like Popo has been and Atlanta Rain have been is what's putting them ahead here.
Poke damage flying in. Dogman trying to build up. Jjonak taking to about half. Let's top back up for now. So just taking these pod shots as they wait for the point to unlock. Barrier going to be destroyed, so Daco has to peel back. Everybody trying to play safe, but Jjonak snipes Erster. A good start here for NYXL as they look to grab the first cap, and with Masa going down, they will be able to do so.
This is huge. Now the NYXL can have the ult advantage, hold this choke. Ooh, Atlanta Rain better not get caught here. Baby Bay gets staggered. That would be massive. He'd lose all of his energy as well, and then it would be really behind in terms of ults.
Yeah,
Mono playing aggressive.
Ooh, each swipe building up so much charge here. They try to go counter-aggressive here, but Masa just going to be taken down. Nene finding that kill as he nearly has a grab online. Doing some serious work here in comparison to Baby Bay, who's just falling a little bit further behind.
Great play there by Popo to hit Mono so he couldn't charge forward and catch the rest of the squad. So he sacrificed his life to make sure the rest of the team doesn't get staggered by Mono. And, you know, he wanted to prevent a shatter from being built there as well, but we all know Mono had that quite some time ago. Not everyone can see the ult meter at the top of the screen like we can. You can only see your own teams, so hard to know things like that. Shatter could be used defensively here in the choke once again. Dogman looks for a pick. Any kill would be massive, but it's Nene who starts it.
Yeah, grab coming in. Baby Bay going to be taken down, and the charge hits on the Pokepo. So it's very solid start here for NYXL. Just the one ult committed to win out that fight and buy themselves some more time, now at 55%.
All right, no ults committed by Atlanta Rain, though, this time in the face of disaster, right? Where, you know, in a lot of the fights previously, Dogman might have tranced there late, or we'd see Baby Bay tossing a grab, but not this time. This time they know Nene doesn't have a grab. They can play aggressive, but they need to. They need to win this fight with that one ult advantage they really have, which is the grab. It needs to be a good one. They need to convert it into kills. This is their moment. This is their time.
Bombs out from Meko to start. That's going to be the go button there for the grab to be thrown down. Transcendence is out from both sides. Jjonak trying to keep his team alive. Shatter coming in from Pokepo. Not going to be able to find
Bottles is
anything.
better.
Now the beat comes in. Shield's going to be expiring. The bomb coming down, and Amo going to get picked off. Meko knocked out. At Atlanta Reign looking for the flip before they get hit OT, but NYXL still just trying to buy some time. They still have 4 members here playing the point, trying to maintain control.
They win the fight despite the shatter, but what's really good about this for the NYXL is Nene lived so long, they built another grab. He's at 90% here, and that's how they're going to try to bring us to a final round of our final map here. It doesn't get much closer than this.
I mean, such a difference as well compared to last time. 3-1 victory. Nearly the first time that NYXL's ever been swept.
Yeah.
But now they go to the distance.
Meko is remeked, so they are ready for this push. They are ready to win this round right now. They know Dogman doesn't have trance. They know their win condition is this grab. Gonna take a miracle for Atlanta Reign to shut this down. Might be Dako absorbing it. That's one way.
Pushing forward.
They don't want to give
energy here.
Yeah, they don't want to give more energy either. It's tough though.
They see Daka off over to the side, trying to track that defense matrix. They're trying to go for a bit of a fake. Unable to bait it out. Now goes ahead. Bombs it in. That's going to be the trance coming in. Jjonak gets his ult online. Dogman trying to keep everybody alive.
Dogman gets the trance.
Manages to do so. We're still in control of the point here at 50%. NYXL trying to make their way through. Rally's going to be rolling on either side. Shatter coming out from Mono, straight into the shield of Pokpo. Now the grab on the other side of the wall, looking for the kills. Can they find any? Dako's got the bomb dropped in. Boop's coming in. Mono doesn't know which way to look. He finally flips over to the side, but Libero going to be taken down, and Nene will be eliminated as well.
He
Mono
dies.
gets dropped, and they maintain control.
Nene dies a little bit earlier this time. He's not going to build up to 90. He's only going to be at 73, so they're going to need a little bit more time to use that win condition. And Dogman's already at 60. He's basically matching him right now. So there is a world where this is over. There's a world where Atlanta Reign take this 2-0 and beat NYXL a second time here. And in terms of the tools that NYXL have to break this and even empower Nene, they're pretty sparse. They don't even have a sound barrier to approach the point. It's going to be tough. It's going to have to be on Dogman to get that last part of the trance.
Drop down comes through. The bomb's going to be out. Meko trying to make it back in. He manages to make it, but Jjonak and Libero and Mono all going to be taken down.
There's no
it's
time.
95%, and they are still losing members. Atlanta Reign making it happen.
They did it.
work their way up. They take it to 2-0. They shut down NYXL again.
Unbelievable. 2 for 2 in a row here against what was previously an undefeated team. Atlanta Reign, what a performance from these guys again here. Unbelievable. No one even believed that they were the favorites coming to this, despite the fact that they beat NYXL last time. But they prepared so well. They knew NYXL's style so well, their passive style. They punished it. They came in with different compositions. You know, we saw the Bara coming out. FRD teched in for Hanamura. Really great series overall for Atlanta Reign. And, you know, they are the kryptonite of NYXL. That's what it appears.
It's got to be. There's no other explanation for it.
They just know their style. And this is scary for NYXL going to playoffs. They got exposed twice this stage. And other teams are going to learn from Atlanta's style, and they are going to copy it. It's going to be a tough playoffs yet again for NYXL. One of the favorites for stage 1, and in stage 2 now, they're defeated twice.
Incredible performance from them. And guys, let's throw it down to Mika, who's on the floor with Baby Bay for an interview.
Thanks, guys. I am here with a very giddy Baby Bay. You have done it. You've done the seemingly impossible. You beat New York 2 for 2. What is going through your mind right now?
So what's going through my mind is that we're probably the first and last team that will ever beat New York 2 times in a row and not make a stage playoff, by the way. How is that even possible?
I mean, that is my follow-up question. You guys may not have made the stage playoffs, but you're clearly a formidable team. So you have a long break ahead of you, other than, you know, relaxing, going to the beach, having some fun. What is Atlanta Reign going to do to guarantee they make the playoffs next stage?
You know, we're just going to try to be more consistent because, you know, one day we're beating New York, the next day we're losing to, like, Valiant or, you know, Charge, right? So if we can be more consistent and play like we do when we play in New York, I think, you know, then, you know, we'll be really good.
Well, good luck to you and your consistency. Is there anything you want to say to your undying fans that have supported you, losing to Valiant, but also winning to New York?
Yeah, I know it's a roller coaster of a ride, but thank you guys so much. Without you guys, nothing, like, this would be nothing, you know what I mean? So you guys are the best. Thank you.
Wholesome. So wholesome. Thank you so much, Baby Bay. And thank you so much, Blizzard Arena, for cheering for this wonderful team. Wolf and Achilleos, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Mika. Good to hear from Baby Bay. Had a very good series for himself. A little bit rough on Junkertown, but brought it back together in Lijiang. Most wins versus NYXL, though, taking a look at it in history. Now tied alongside Spitfire, Uprising, and Valiant. Only Fusion beating
as
them
the
3
3.
times.
That's right. And, you know, this has been a discussion that's been coming up a lot recently. It was discussed on the post-show yesterday. When do the Titans eclipse, you know, NYXL as the best Overwatch League team in the best Overwatch team in history? And, you know, losing to Atlanta a second time here, the conversation's just going to keep getting louder.
I mean, we take a look at the standings right now. NYXL very likely to be the 5th seed going into the playoffs, the lowest that they have ever been. It's always been 3 and up for these guys.
Yeah.
So this is a major dip for them considering their history. The only way they can move up higher is if Dynasty can sweep their next 2 series. So with the Titans coming up, highly unlikely.
And it's a nice last win for Atlanta Reign at the end of the stage. They finished 3-4. It was going to be a much worse stage had they lost to New York. So they beat New York twice. That's 2 of the toughest wins you're going to get in all of the season, right? So to beat NYXL twice, those are harder, more valuable points to get.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our Omen HP player of the match. It's going to be Dogman.
Dogman came up with so many good transcendences, but it's also the damage output he plays in a lot of these fights. Takes out Jjonak here. He's been flanking him. Has been having his number in a lot of these maps. But also, his Ana came in big as well. We don't talk about Ana too much, but he was able to tech the Ana in on Oasis, and that's one of the things that really gave them an edge against NYXL. The guy came up big, and he has been, and he's a leader for this team oftentimes. He's the one that gets the team pumped up. He's the one who yells at the crowd. And having someone like that on your team is how you're going to terrify New York. That's how you're going to get a lead, you know. Well, Reinhardt sneaked into the player of the match, but
he's a sneaky Reinhardt. He's going for that flank play on the Dogman, but it's all right. The stats are real, and that's all that matters. Solid stuff from Dogman. I mean, it seems like he's just got this team's number.
Yeah.
You know, if you think back to the first series when they squared off against each other, picking off Jjonak, picking off Anamo in those clutch moments, they come up with another victory today. Much more hard fought, but they still get the win, and that's all that matters. But guys, do we have one hell of a match coming up for you next? It's going to be Seoul Dynasty going up against the Vancouver Titans. You do not want to go anywhere. That's an incredible match. It'll be coming up in just a few.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota, official North American partner of the Overwatch League. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey man, what's up?
You need anything for today?
Nah man, I think I'm set.
Big day today, man?
Yeah, huge. Let's play some Overwatch.